Hey, yo, yo. Yo, check it. This my special attack, 100 swords, 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. Who got next? Place your change on the cabinet. Air Combo University graduates juggle my enemies before tagging in the Masters hero. Pros in action, toe tagging champions getting active. The message will always get near you. Return to the dream team, Spider-Man and Strider hear you. When the mask is on, I can't promise Cyclops to keep his glasses on. The handshake was potent. The inner glow shown as a mega optic blast, trailing behind the Shinku Hadouken. How you gon' dodge both of them? Blast you down to the last atom. Best regards from the proton cannon you couldn't fathom. If you were raised on gaming and put a controller up, I'm old enough to study the meta before I bless you. We understood space in the dash clean. Now we need the Justin Wong poster right next to the pro athletes. Final justice like a primary lotus from out the sky. Stars and stripes reminding you racism is still alive. Bring a plasma sword to a gunfight. Hayato, bring a hurricane kick. Tatsumaki Sentakyu. One time for all my otakus who played the console till their eyes closing. Probably forgot to study for their finals. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash.
Strikes Back.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
It's a good movie, but I just feel like Star Wars fans, I feel like you could literally reverse the order of the movies and you could put anything first. You could put Solo first.
Yep.
And if it was the first one that came out, that would be the one that everybody said was the best one, and nothing would be better than it. You know what I'm saying? Is that Cade?
Yeah, they got there's some healthy Cade footage out in the wild. He was playing some of those open runs, and that nigga was looking sweet and unstoppable. Somebody said in the comments, just how
we like it.
Somebody said in the comments, it looks like he's playing like 20% and doing literally whatever he wants out there.
Well, that's what happens when NBA players play with other people.
Well, no, he's playing against pros. Like, these are other NBA players.
Oh,
like
well,
he's just excellent.
That's what happens when superstars play with
other
NBA players.
I mean, look. Bucket, you know what I'm saying? Easy. Excuse me. Hey, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Knock me out. Hey, come on. Hey. Yeah. Come on.
Kate big as hell. How tall is he?
Like 6'7", bro. God.
That's
bucket.
tough.
That's a tough bucket. That's tough. Yeah. Nigga hoop sweet as fuck, bro. It's under control. Wow. The pass.
Oh. Was that Andre Drummond?
It was, yeah.
Wow. I love how NBA pickup is literally a ball screen every time. That's why I be telling my kids, like, man, if you can't run pick and roll, you cannot play after high school. And there's Kuminga getting scored on. I've seen a lot of that. There's Kuminga, who should be a lockdown defender, getting scored on.
Right. All right, man. K season, dog. When you see Marcus Sasser with the 40 ball, dog.
That's exciting.
In the summer league. Some of the moves.
Yeah, I did see that. Whoa,
bro.
You think Killian's about done now?
Yeah, he's done. That's a wrap.
Especially with this guy.
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always cheer for Killian, but I think it's done.
I think it's over.
Yeah.
He's black. Chris Jericho. I hate that he's funny. It bothers me so much.
Hey, bro, look at this move from Marcus Sasser.
Look at that. He started off with 9 in the first half, but look at what he's done.
This is a playground crossover.
Hey, oh my God.
Bitch, get your weak ass up, man. You can't check me, dog.
Dog, that was disgusting. Oh my goodness. Go back.
No, that was in Utah.
Hey.
Dog, that was nasty.
That was a PSL Detroit Public School ass crossover.
That was a dog. Why y'all leave me on an island like this and not help?
Right, bro. I can't check this nigga. Clearly.
Behind the back.
That was insane.
Sasser there to break it up and to finish.
He's gonna be your favorite player. By the end of this, he's gonna be your favorite Piston. Cause he and one. because all he does is dribble and shoot threes.
Yeah.
The hybrid big.
Ben Shepherd knocks down the 3 for the Pacers.
What's up? Pull up.
Sasser stops, pops on the baseline, drops it in.
It's exciting.
Pull up on a dime.
Hopefully, 55 and under. They're
Screen
all
roll.
Hey!
Donald
The
All
Jamal
Americans
Crawford
or top 5 in
pass.
the class, and
Off the live dribble pass. Off the offhand.
gosh, Killian's out of there.
He won.
Hate to say it.
no, I mean,
That's not even the best one, bro.
I'm so mad Corey Joseph is on the Warriors, dog.
Nah, yep.
I was so pissed when
welcome
they
to
signed
some of that.
I was like, I'm never gonna escape this
He
guy.
gets the
Nope.
offer, like the offer you can't refuse. And I mean,
I'm open.
And the crazy thing is, the Warriors are the kind of team where he'll actually be good.
Yep.
So he's gonna be annoying me all
Sasser, why
season
not?
by getting minutes.
Pacers are shooting.
Corey Joseph is the weirdest player ever. He's like 6. Isn't he tall?
He's like 6 feet. Hey, hey!
But he looks like he's like 5'6".
Look at this fucking move here.
He plays like he's 5'7", but he's like 6'4".
10-point differential.
Hey! Oh my gosh, his handle is nuts.
Snapback is good.
Early offensively now. They're
Hey.
95 they've been able to put on the board in
back.
part because
Say, get some of this, dog.
Dog, his handle is insane.
This nigga can hoop, bro. He can really, really hoop.
Oh, he's about to be sweet.
Yeah. He might not play right away, though, because he's going to be behind Alec Burke.
Dog.
But Alec Burke can hoop, but he used to play for the Warriors, didn't he?
Yeah, for like a hot second.
He's
He
a
played for the
reliable.
Warriors in the dark year when everybody was hurt. And Steph was like, okay, wait till next year. Championship.
He's a reliable, like, wing shooter off the fucking bench or whatever.
I guess.
But and he's proven. So I wouldn't rush Sasser in right away, but like by midseason, if somebody wants to give you a deal for fucking for Burke, I would absolutely do it. Because Marcus Sasser's not a point guard. He's like a undersized shooting guard. So he's gonna be playing alongside Monte Morris off the bench. I've been recording for like 5 minutes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Starting with your Star Wars take.
What's my Star Wars? Oh, that you could
Yeah,
just take it and put it anywhere and people would like whatever the first one was.
Yep.
That's very true. Very true.
This will be fun for the YouTube audience. All they'll see is just reacting to highlights for like the first 5 minutes.
That's hilarious. So we were watching NBA Summer League highlights.
Yes. Yeah, that's how basketball fucking junkies we are. Anybody got some more of that summer league?
Some more of that Summer League basketball.
Yeah.
Jeez, Corey Joseph's on the Warriors.
He is, man. He's back and he's gonna be doing a bunch of panic dribbling.
That stinks.
That's my least favorite part of his game is like the panic
The
dribbles.
quick.
Head fake. He keep throwing his head back every time he get a little like, bro, stop doing that shit, bro. Can't stand that. And then he get into the paint and get his shit swatted, and then he turns at the ref like, nah, bro, you got your shit beat because you play like you're 5'6". Right?
Twas a foul. Twas a foul.
No.
Hey man,
Not
welcome.
gonna be able to do it. Yeah, we're back.
Welcome to the SwordCast. We got AEW Dynamite's Blood and Guts on in the background because
Yes.
got a big match on here tonight that I am not going to miss.
Yep.
But yeah, man, this is episode 159. We're almost at 160.
150.
That's another linebacker number.
It is. I don't know football as well as basketball, so
I feel like Luke Kuechly was 59 or 56.
58 maybe.
Or 58,
yeah.
one of those.
But yeah, certainly.
Daniel Garcia cracks me up with that little weird dance he does.
Yo, so
he got a lot of spray tan on right now.
and he's brown. Like you don't even need that, bro. Like you're like a person of color.
That's weird. Who's this?
Sammy.
Oh yeah, Sammy.
Sammy. Face turn from Sammy coming, I think.
I think they're trying, but Sammy's he always does he's just like a naturally
smug.
Yeah, like it's gonna be hard for him to be a pure baby face because it's so annoying.
I think they're gonna try to do
people
a swap.
Wrestling fans hate you if you have like a hot girlfriend or wife. They do
make it a part of your gimmick.
Yeah, they do. They're just like it's like jealous and they just hate you.
That's stupid. Why would you be jealous of that?
I mean, that's literally when people started booing him. It was when
he started tonguing down Ty Mello.
Yeah, and then everybody started hating him.
So what have I been into? I've been into a few different things. One, Final Fantasy 16. Don't tell anybody the game's sweet as fuck.
Oh yeah, how is that?
It's good. It's sweet as fuck, bro. It's just sweet as hell. It's just sweet as fuck, bro. But like we talked about last time, bro. Like it's I get why they didn't have black people in it because it's the whole game is about slavery.
Because they would have been slaves.
So it's kind of like
I got a Zatoichi tattoo.
Hey, boom.
That's random.
I know.
Also, I would never get a tattoo in that spot ever again.
The inner bicep.
Gosh, it hurts so bad. That's definitely out of all the tattoos I have, this is the worst one by far. Not even close. I'm about to enter the tattoo world. Let me know because I got the guy. He's really good.
I gotta test my skin. I got cats. Y'all can't really see. I got cats and they have
cat battle scars.
They've wounded me, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they've on my bicep also. Like
oh goodness, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They've
wounded me. So I'm trying to do something about that and kind of hide some of my battle scars.
Word.
So I'll get there eventually. But yeah, so I've been into that. I've been into, as you know, we dropped the video last week. Me and Edmund went down to BlurCon. It was fire.
Oh, yeah, man, that video was really dope too, man. Yeah, Edmund, one of the greatest cosplays of all time,
bro. The fucking fire.
Ghost of
Hyrule, super super dope.
Dude, would the Ghost of Hyrule have spared Lord Shimura or not?
You know, it's a good question. Hold on. You know what time it is. You know what time it is, bro. Gotta call the guy. Because I'll wait. I'll see if he picks up.
Bro, I could not possibly be more annoyed by this MJF and Adam Cole thing. Goodness.
See if the guy picks up.
You want to take two wrestlers that I just...
Hola.
Yo, you're on the podcast. What up, though?
Yo, what to do?
Not too much, bro. So now I've asked a really interesting question. Would the Ghost of Hyrule have spared Lord Shimura, or would he have spared him, or would he have given him his honorable death? Would you be willing to give us more detail? Could you explain that in more detail, Ghost of Hyrule?
Yeah.
My theory is that like Link is noble and honorable, but he's always been about that action.
I was gonna say Link is usually
Link will put a nigga to the sword. You know what I'm saying? He'll put a nigga to the sword in a heartbeat, bro. Right? Is that right? Ghost of Hyrule.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna ask Edmund, the creator of Ghost of Hyrule. What do you think?
Oh, what was the question? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Would the Ghost of Hyrule have spared Lord Shimura?
Well, it's a completely different universe. I don't know what the Zelda equivalent of that would be. I think
it would kind of maybe be like Zelda's father, King Rohan or whatever. He already did. So
damn, that is a really tough question. I'd have to really ponder on that. My best guess is yes, he would probably spare, because I mean, even if he's asking for death, the kill wouldn't fully be justified.
Perhaps.
Link seems to be pretty noble.
I know, but Link he's a swordsman, bro. Like I said, he'll put somebody to the sword like in a heartbeat. Like, don't let it be a bokoblin. That's a wrap for him.
Yeah, but that's an entity that's been brought up by Ganon, so it's not like an relatively innocent person. Like now, if it's a chicken.
Oh, look at MJF. Down at MJF doing Daniel Garcia's dance. It's hilarious.
All right, bro. This might be the
four most annoying wrestlers in AEW.
We lost Nav. He's distracted by wrestling now.
I'm sorry.
I'll talk to you later, dog. Say it one more time. Oh, facts.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. See you later, bro.
I think Link would put the Master Sword in Shimmer's chest.
Facts, bro.
Look at dog. This is literally
they are so annoying,
this
bro.
This is the 4 most annoying wrestlers in all of professional wrestling.
Sammy, get it together.
Got no rhythm.
Oh my God!
Oh no,
wow.
Sammy don't got no rhythm.
Wait a minute.
That's tough.
He's some sort of brown person. Sammy Garcia, Sammy Guevara.
He is, unfortunately.
Oh Lord!
Look at this dude, Daniel
Oh no! Nah, bro, that shit was trash. That shit was weak as fuck, bro. That was kind of funny.
This is. Bro, what are we doing right now?
I don't know, dog.
This is definitely easily the 4 most annoying wrestlers.
They just dance.
No,
They not even.
MJF is hilarious.
MJF, did you know he can actually really sing? Like he can sing his ass off.
He's done it before.
There's a video, not AEW. There's a video of him before AEW where he's like, this nigga's like Usher singing. Like, bro, he's hitting runs, dog.
Dude said Usher.
Bro, he's hitting runs, bro. I swear to God, it's crazy.
Oh gosh.
Let's see if I can find it in the meantime.
I can't stand either one of these people.
I feel there was something else I was into. I can't remember now. Oh, he just came in. Maximum White.
What is happening?
I don't know. This is silly.
The ref's trying to get him to stop.
Bro, here we go. Listen to this. Not the commercial.
Oh my goodness, man. I can't stand either one of these guys. Jeez.
Do you think it's a little weird thing to do on the first date?
No.
All right.
This is MJF.
Yeah.
It's like people here.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe.
You said Usher.
In yesterday.
He can sing.
That's it. That's the sample.
I mean, but like, bro, either you can do that shit or you can't, bro.
That's facts.
Like,
he's talented.
For a wrestler, I'm like, bro, this nigga, like, if you told me that if I didn't know he was MJF and a singer or a wrestler, and I just heard that, I'd be like, oh, that guy's probably got a record about to come out. Like, he can sing. I know you hate MJF. Just let me do the thing that I'm doing, bro.
Sorry,
he can sing.
I'm sorry, I do.
Full stop. He can.
I'm just kidding.
I got him before we started rolling. I got him to change his stance. You remember I stopped him last time because I know my brother very well. I love my brother to death, but I know his patterns. He was getting ready to turn MJF into like, oh, he's trash. I hate him because I don't like him, so he's bad. Like, no, you can't do that. I'm proud of you, bro. He came in and he said, he's not my cup of tea.
He's just.
You know what? It's acceptable, bro. That's perfectly fine.
He's just not my cup of tea. And perfectly what I won't do is I am not gonna be like the people who don't like Kenny Omega because I can't.
You know what I'm saying?
I listen to a couple of wrestling podcasts I really like, and like, you know, they're not Kenny Omega fans, but like their criticism of him is it's outrageous. It's fake. Yeah.
You can't tell me that he can't wrestle.
There's one guy that says that he oversells, but then these are the same people. Their favorite wrestler is Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. Like,
Jesus Christ,
the kings of overselling.
Right.
Like, and it's like, and then like they say things that he does, and I'm like, bro, first of all, this dude is a great wrestler. You can't say he's not a great wrestler.
Right.
Like, he tells stories in the ring. He does a great job of displaying emotion. Like, he's always in character. Like, I don't understand the criticism of him, whatever. Anyway.
You can't say that he's not a good wrestler.
And I'm not going to do that to MJF, but I will say he's just not my cup of tea. He's very much a sports entertainment guy, and I think he's just not the type of wrestler I would like. But
that's perfectly fine.
He's not bad though.
Adam Cole, on the other hand.
Cole, on the other hand.
I think he actually sucks. He's not interesting, and he's also not that good of a wrestler, in my opinion.
Yeah, I am not an Adam Cole fan at all. You guys know that. He's just. I'm not gonna spend time hating on him, but I just don't understand how he always ends up. I feel like 90% of his success is because he can get the fans to say "baby."
Yeah, and his like indie reputation. Apparently, he was a really good wrestler back in the day. I don't know.
I've always known about Adam Cole, and I was always in the same position. I've always been like, what is the
appeal?
deal?
Yeah. Because it's not like he's not Bryan Danielson. He's not even CM Punk in my opinion.
He's not like a technical wizard. He's just kind of an indie, and he looks like Joe from Meyer. I don't know,
bro. That nigga looks like what's that guy we always say? Fortuitous Onyx the Fortuitous. He looks like that.
Notice me, senpai.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
That's a deep cut YouTube video for people around her.
Google, for all you young people in our Discord, Google, and this is gonna be wild. Google Satanist at the drive-thru. Or is that what it was?
I don't remember. I just know Adam
Satanist
Cole looks
statue.
Like this guy.
Yeah, funny. Anyways, that's what I've been into. Oh, also, real quick, Summer League, NBA Summer League. Marcus Sasser drops a 40 ball. We were just talking about that.
Gracious.
Asar Thompson, who I was really high on, has looked the part. I mean, he looks like the kind of guy that this might be my hot take. I think that if there's a world, and I don't wish this at all, if Cade Cunningham does not hit his ceiling as far as a shooter, so if he remains like a good ball handler, a good scorer off the pick and roll, but never becomes like a knockdown 3-point shooter, I think he's still like an all-star caliber player, but he's not gonna be like a MVP candidate like he could potentially be, right?
I feel that.
If he can become a 3-point, like a 38, 39% 3-point shooter, and he can do all the rest of that shit, we're talking about a like 90% of Luka Doncic. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is like an all NBA caliber player, like superstar franchise player. Now, if he doesn't hit that ceiling and Asar Thompson maxes out his total potential and becomes a decent NBA shooter, 3-point shooter, I think Asar Thompson could be better than Cade Cunningham, bro. In that specific scenario, when one guy maxes his potential out completely and the other guy gets to like 80% of his potential, I think Asar Thompson could potentially be better than Cade. Now, I don't wish for that. I want Cade to be to fulfill as much of his potential as he can. I want Cade to be an all NBA caliber player. I think he will. But I'm so high on Asar. I think he's got the next highest ceiling after Cade, bro.
Like, I mean, I can see that. I'm not mad at that.
He just does the stuff, man. He's the kind of player.
I think Cade's gonna be a superstar.
Agreed. Absolutely, and that's what I want. This is more about Asar, and that I think his upside is so high that I now think that his upside is probably second highest on the team, even higher than Ivy. And Ivy can also be an all NBA guy, right? Like.
It's time for the Pistons to stop being trash.
Bro, I expect them to win like 30-plus games this year. So, will they? I don't know, but I think that's what I'm hoping for. Like, I'm no longer wishing for them to lose. I want them to win all the time. So, here we go. That's what I've been into.
Boom. I've been into a lot of things, man. We talked about last episode how my son got me back into Transformers. I've been watching a lot of movies lately. You guys know Letterboxd is my favorite app. What have I been watching? Oh man, so okay.
My bad. Wait a minute.
This dude, Daniel Garcia, is hilarious. Oh, he's so annoying, but he's hilarious. That dance is so stupid.
It's so annoying, bro.
He randomly started doing it too. Like, where did he even get that from?
I don't even know. It's like a New York thing, I think.
Goodness gracious, it's so hilarious. But yeah, man. So
gas finishing move. Look at this nigga, bro. He's so trash.
He is. Super kick. But I love. You guys know I love old samurai movies, but sometimes like these old samurai movies they can be intimidating. Oh my God, I hate this so much. They can be intimidating because, like sometimes there's like the movie that's supposed to be like the greatest movie of all time, and like you don't know if you want to watch it because you feel like your taste might not be exquisite enough for it or something. You know what I'm saying? Or you might not like it like everyone else, and then everybody's gonna think you're crazy. So I love Letterboxd.
Or it's not that good and people
or
are full of
it's
shit.
not that good. And I love Letterboxd, right? This is literally like my favorite app. And Letterboxd has a thing called the top 250, where it's like the top 250 highest rated movies on there. And it's some great movies in that top 250, man. Like really good, and they got really good scores in there. But the number one movie on this top 250 is Harakiri, which is the samurai movie from 1962, I think. It has Tatsuya Nakadai in it, directed by Masaki Kobayashi. It is the number one rated movie on Letterboxd.
So when they say number one rated, are they talking about just among samurai movies or just every movie ever?
Every film ever. This is the
crazy.
greatest movie of all time going off of Letterboxd rating.
That's tough.
Okay. So I've known about this movie for a long time. I've actually seen it, but I never like watched it in one sitting. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie. And I'm gonna be clear, I love old samurai movies. I love old samurai movies. I love black and white movies. I love Seven Samurai. Seven Samurai is 3 hours long. I think it's one of the best movies ever made. Love it. I watched this movie, and now Harakiri is about this. It's like this. Okay, so this Ronin shows up to this samurai estate, and he basically is like, my lord, got conquered and killed, and I've basically been unemployed and just living in poverty, and I'm tired of struggling. I want to use your courtyard to, commit harakiri, or that's when they disembowel themselves, pull it across the stomach, and he wants to. Then that's like their way of dying an honorable, samurai death, and he wants to use his courtyard to do that. So then they're like, that's weird. A guy came here and just did this not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? And it was a thing where like, unemployed samurai retainers and Ronin were doing that, and in hopes that they would just be like, man, no, here, take some money and leave. You know what I'm saying? As like a panhandling type of thing. I'm not gonna do the whole plot of the movie, but basically, like, that's what the premise is. And there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a reason he's there, and you find out some crazy things about his past, and you know what I'm saying. Anyway, now the first 30 minutes of the movie is super intriguing. It's like super. You just watch it because you just want to know, like, what is the deal, and it's very magnetic, like pulls you in, like you want to know what's happening.
These niggas really won the
They
tag team
really
champions.
won the tournament, dog. Wow.
Yeah.
FTR better kill them.
Yeah, they will.
But
they'll break the team up before that even happens, I'm sure.
So that's what the premise of this movie is, right? The first 30 minutes, very good. Like I said, awesome narrative, pulls you in, makes you want to know what's gonna happen next. Dog, the middle of this movie is cripplingly boring, and I have watched so many old samurai movies that are long that I enjoy. The middle of this movie, in my opinion, was ultra mega hyper boring. It was incredibly boring, and the thing that to me, a lot of these older movies, like, they don't really have like the music that kind of aids it in some of these moments. So it's like just silent, silence, boring, and like brooding dialogue, like long, just dialogue in the middle of this movie. And then the last 30 minutes is amazing. The first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes, but that middle like hour and a half,
super weak,
very boring. So yeah, but I watched that. And then I watched another random samurai movie I found called At River's Edge. Incredible. Amazing. It came out in 2011. It's about this so I talked about the Twilight Samurai here before. I love that movie. That's what Hiroyuki Sanada, I think the same guy that wrote that movie wrote this. And it's about this samurai who, he basically is like the best swordsman in his clan. He gets this mission, and he basically has to kill his childhood best friend, because he's like a clan deserter and like a traitor. You know what I'm saying? And then his best friend is married to his little sister. So it's a really good movie, and the action scenes are few and far between, but they are incredible.
They're dope.
That was a good movie. And then I just been watching. I sent you guys the next top 10 definitive list in the Discord. We're gonna do it on next week's episode, and it's top 10 favorite comic book movies. So that should be.
See what FTR has to say.
That should be fun. Okay, FTR, greatest tag team of all time. Bro, this theme song, it's so 80s.
80s,
I love it so much.
It reminds me of like Sylvester Stallone, like Marion Cobretti or some shit like that.
Oh gosh, I love it.
I don't think they're actually gonna talk.
It might be a stare down thing. Yeah. But yeah, man. So that's what I've been into. Just been watching a lot of movies. But real quick, man, wrestling recap. We're watching wrestling right now.
Before you get started, I'm reading a thing that I hate. I love Matt Barnes. Is he gonna make me hate him now?
I don't know what he say.
Yeah. So basically, we tiered
This is Austin Reeves on, and I love this podcast, on the All the Smoke podcast.
teams. Best fit for me. And LA was, I think, 2 on the list at the time. Milwaukee might have been 1, but they were tier 1. And I think Detroit called.
That shouldn't be on nobody's tier.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Barnes just. Matt Barnes just.
I don't know. Maybe we're not being honest here, but that shouldn't be on nobody's tier.
We always honest on this show.
But, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson just made
like I said,
Uncle
really,
Hero's doodle list.
Trying to put me in a position to, be able to get a roster spot. We knew that there was a high interest for a 2-way, so we didn't really have to press.
On the Bucks.
And that's what everything in the draft would have been from 42 and on would have been basically a 2-way agreement. So
this sounds like when he got drafted.
Yeah, this is. I don't think this is in
really
free agency. I think this is when he was coming.
Obviously, I wanted to, but it was all about playing.
I'm not gonna completely give up on Matt Barnes, because I've heard they had Sheed on, they've had Isaiah on. They respect Detroit, but like, come on, stop. Yeah. Stop with the little, like, okay, we've been weak for a while. You know what I'm saying? Fuck off. It's enough. You know what I mean?
Nobody did.
Okay, I get it. Detroit been weak. Enough. You know what I'm saying? We got sweet players now. Fuck off. You know what I'm saying? We got Cade. Cade's one of the cool kids. Everybody love Cade. We got Asar.
Cade's one of the cool kids.
We got Ivy. We got Duran. All the basketball fucking nerds on Twitter all like those players. So like,
that's
stop.
True.
Stop. Enough.
That's very true.
We're done. All right, carry on.
Yeah, man, some quick wrestling talk. I've been loving Collision, man. I think Collision's been dope. I just like the way it's presented. I like the way the wrestlers do their little 1980s message before the show comes on. The FTR versus Bullet Club Gold last week was amazing. That was one of the best tag matches maybe ever. That match was really dope. New Japan just started G1. G1 is dope. So that's been cool. But yeah, man, I want to talk about this. That's loud.
What? My yawn was loud? Whoops.
The TV.
Oh, I can't. I literally can't turn it down any lower without it turning off.
That's crazy. But what I was gonna say is, like, I think we need a black champion at AEW. Black world champion.
Yes. Top of the card world heavyweight champion.
It's about time, man. We need a black world heavyweight champion in AEW. What would Vince McMahon say to that if you were to?
Brock!
Well, I don't understand why you think we should do that. We don't need the face of the company to be a nigger. Yep. Oh gosh. But yeah, man. So if AEW were to,
who is Denzel Mims? Do you know who that is?
Denzel Mims is a football player, I think.
He just got traded to the Lions.
He is
it's like a wide receiver.
Denzel Mims a receiver?
He ain't got no touchdowns, so he looked weak to me. So, anyways, carry on.
I kind of want to say Denzel Mims is that guy a couple years ago that like ran up on that player and pulled his mouth guard out and then punched him in the face.
Oh my God! Get this nigga off my football team.
It might not be him, but it might be him.
Fuck out of here, Doug.
Might not be him, but then again, it might be him. I'm not sure. But yeah, if AEW was to give us a black world champion, which wrestler on the roster right now do you think is the guy?
So we talked a little bit about this off mic, and I think we agree on the number one guy, so I'll let you talk about him. But for the record, that guy is on my list as well. He's at the top of my list as well. I think for me, it will be that guy, and then either Will Hobbs down the line, because I think he's just like a big, I hate to use the expression monster, especially when we're talking about a big, strong black guy.
Look at him. He's a big monster.
Yeah. I mean, he's got some Big E to him, right? He's actually, I think he's a little taller than Big E.
Yes, all of them look alike. Yes, they are all the same. Yes, they are.
Right. But he can wrestle. He's good. I like his, if they make his gimmick something other than he robs people and just take people's phone. I thought that was funny, but I was also racist.
Why would it be anything else? That's what they do.
Yeah, so I like him. I like his look. I like he's a throwback, like 80s, 90s style wrestler with anytime they got a big guy.
Blood and guts time.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this quick so we can kind of half pay attention. And then the other guy, I don't know, you feel a little bit differently about him, but I really like Ricky Starks, man. Like I think he is good enough in the ring, in addition to him being a star personality, where he has the combination that you need to be a world title guy.
Ricky Starks, I kind of put him in he's in the MJF thing for me. Like not my cup of tea, but I acknowledge what's there, and I think he is good for what he is and what he does.
I think you may be underselling him as a wrestler though. Like I think he's pretty good in the ring. You don't think so?
I don't think he's bad. I don't think I wouldn't say he's good. I don't think he's bad though. What do the kids say? He's mid.
I don't think he's mid, bro.
He's mid.
Bro, not every, like your definition of good wrestler is like must be wrestling wizard technician only.
So what else is there?
How else can you be good?
What do you mean you're not the greatest of all time?
No, he's never gonna be the greatest. It's not there's some wiggle room of either like not necessarily the greatest of all time, but it's not that or you're trash. Like he's good.
I didn't say he wasn't good. I just
he's not. He's above mid. Mid is like, nah, man, come on. He be sparing people, and he's got a nice finisher.
He's sparing people.
His spear is pretty good for his size.
Goodness.
What they talking about? We got Orange Cassidy.
We got Orange Cassidy, most underrated wrestler on the roster. Trent,
yeah, bro.
I think Trent is great.
Me too. We talked about this before. He's like a sort of a poor man's Kenny Omega, similar type of.
Yeah, I like him.
Did you see his debut match? This Nick
Wayne. I did.
Nick Wayne.
Yeah, I did see it.
It's pretty good.
He's a young guy. He's good though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to the talk about having a black world champ.
Yeah.
I think the number one guy. I do love Keith Lee. I do, and I think it's weird that he kind of hasn't really been doing anything. But I think it's Swerve, man. I think Swerve is dope. He's a great awesome in the ring. Got great personality. I'm never a fan of like rapper wrestlers, but I do like he does a good job with the whole mogul thing, and
he doesn't force it down your throat.
He does not, and I think he handles that gimmick well. And I think he's a star, man. I think he just has like that. He has that star quality. And I think he is the guy. Like I think if you're gonna have a black world champion in AEW, I think he's definitely the guy.
Do you think he can do it as oh shit, there's more to it. Kate out here dunking. I ain't see that in the video. Do you think he'd have to be? Could he do it as a heel, or does he have to turn face?
I think he's a guy heel. Yeah, he's one of those like cool heels. So and the fans will.
He's got a cool look too.
Yeah, he got a good look.
He does he's a sneaky capoeira in his routine.
Athleticism. I love his in ring style. I think he's dope. So I would say Swerve, man.
Agreed. Like I said, you and I agreed that he should be the number one guy for sure.
He's my number one. Keith Lee would be my two, and I'd probably go Will Hobbs.
Yeah. But it's a shame that we only got like 4 people to choose.
That's
from.
Crazy. Like I think Scorpio Sky is really good, but I don't think he's on that world champion level though.
Not because of his in-ring talent. I just think he's a little You know who he is? He's like my main complaint about Jay Lethal, who is an amazing elite wrestler in the ring.
Jay Lethal just like my thing with him is for some reason I don't know. He just seems like too safe.
No, I've said this before. That was when you first put me on to Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, I was like, man, I love this guy as a wrestler, but I hate the fact that he like is like downplaying his blackness like completely,
tough.
bro.
Yeah.
So Scorpio Sky to me is like not quite as bad as Jay Lethal. He's like a if you took Jay Lethal and like turned the blackness up like 15%. Is Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
Except still not quite as good a wrestler as Jay Lethal.
Scorpio Sky's good at. He's good though. I like.
He is good. He's really good. I think he's to your point. I think Scorpio Sky is a good amount better in the ring than somebody like Ricky Starks. But it isn't to say that Ricky Starks is trash. Like
he's not. He's mid.
Oh my God! Do you remember this shit?
Yes,
I was
you were there.
Yes, bro.
Insane. But yeah, man, real quick, some good shows out. I know you're not caught up on everything. I have been slowly getting back into the world, and I've been missing a lot of stuff. But The Witcher season 3, man, I'm almost all. I watched the first like four episodes.
Okay.
It's good. It's great. I've said before, The Witcher's got like the best action choreography like in the fantasy like genre. And in this season,
Game of Thrones gives it a run for its money. Game of Thrones doesn't have as many fight scenes as The Witcher, but the ones that they have are. I would give the nod to Witcher just because there's more of them.
And I'm just like the choreography is impressive. Like,
I'm telling you, bro.
Geralt is some of the fight scenes in this season are really really good.
I'll just say it, and the Game of Thrones fans will know what I'm talking about. Battle of the Bastards is one of the most incredible, like the entire. I'm gonna have to. Bro, literally the entire episode.
I've heard you talk about
hour long, and it's just like a whole ass army fighting another whole ass army for 45 minutes, for 50 minutes straight.
Right,
it's awesome. I'm
gonna have to check that out. But yeah, man, and then Warrior, man. You know, Warrior's our show, man.
Bro, I cannot wait to start that shit.
Season 3, it's got a little more. It's got a lot of politicking in it, like a lot of the political stuff with your boy. What's my man? They say this dude's name every time he walks in a room. The Irish guy.
I know.
Why can't I think of his name right now? No,
like Keegan or fucking.
It's not Keegan.
I don't know, dog. I forget.
No, Mr. Leary.
O'Leary.
Every time Mr. Larry walks in the room, they say his name. But the season's fire. It's been good. It's like I said, just a lot of political stuff. But yeah, man. Besides that, I want to talk about this. So I've seen Deadpool 2 50 million times. I watched the director's cut, the extended version. Man. Why do they cut things out that should be in the movie?
I don't know, man. Great question.
So, I don't love Deadpool 2 as much as I love the first one. I think the first one is like 5-star classic, one of the greatest comic book movies of all time.
Agreed.
I like the second one, but I think they did too much of the like funny stuff, and I just didn't really love it. But I love the beginning of Deadpool 2 where he's like going all over the world and you know, they got him like he's taking out these crime bosses, and then there's a part, and they play that like Dolly Parton song over it or whatever, right? And then there's the part where he goes to Japan and he's in Osaka and he's like fighting these Yakuza gangsters in a bathhouse. And in the theatrical movie, this part is like literally like maybe 15 seconds long, like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I remember. It was like
very short.
Yeah.
And I remember they showed a clip of it in the trailer for that movie, and I was like, oh, like that scene's gonna be nuts. And it's literally like just in the beginning of the movie, and it's like 10 seconds long. I watched the extended director's cut of Deadpool 2. Bruh. In that scene, they changed the music, and then the scene's like it's like a minute and like it's almost 2 minutes long. And I was just like, not only is this the best action scene from the Deadpool movies, like this is one of the best comic book movie fight scenes ever. Why would you not keep this in the movie? Like, it couldn't have been because it's too violent. It's Deadpool.
It's Deadpool, right? Exactly.
This is like Marvel John Wick kind of. Like, why would you? I sent it to you. Did you watch it?
I have not seen it yet. I saw this.
When we're done with this, watch it, and then just give me a logical answer. Like, why would you take this out? This is like incredible. I'm like, it really made me mad when I watched it. Like, I loved it so much, but I was also like,
bruh, why?
Why would this not be in the movie? What are you doing? I don't know. That made me mad though.
Yeah, agreed.
But speaking of superhero movies, we kind of had a big dispute in the Discord about the Spider-Man movies.
Yep.
So
let me give you the context. It started from a question that I had. Not really a question. I just came in with a take off the top ropes because I saw something on Facebook where like, so you've seen the meme where there's like a picture of a horse and it gets drawn worse and worse, and then they have underneath it like season 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for this, it was like,
and then by the end, it looks like the.
So for this, it was Tobey Maguire, Miles Morales, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, and each of them had like the sweet like fire horse, and I was like, wait a minute, bro. Y'all niggas hated on that shit when it first came out, bro. I remember because I was one of the only people who supported it.
Same.
I loved the first one. I loved the Amazing Spider-Man 1. I didn't love the second one quite as much, but I still liked it. And I said immediately, I was one of the first people out of the gates publicly, like, man, Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider. Like, he's my favorite, like, Peter Parker. And his, like, the combat, the way that he does the Spider-Man stuff is way better than all the rest of the Spider-Man. And particularly, do you remember in the first Amazing Spider-Man where you get the first spider sense scene on the subway? I was like, bro, that's the best spider sense that we've seen to date.
I couldn't agree more. Kenny starting.
You want to see the?
Sorry guys, I gotta see the goats come to the ring. Kenny, if you come to WWE, here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I got it. You're gonna be a Greek wrestler based on Alpha, Beta, and Omega. You're gonna come to the ring in a toga.
Oh my God!
And you're gonna wrestle in it. You're gonna struggle to get to Omega. That's gonna be your thing. And then when you make it to Omega, you're gonna be naked. It's gonna be entertaining, and the fans will love it.
Oh, his outfit looks sweet as fuck.
Let's go!
That shit look cold, dog.
Oh, this is gonna be a Dave Meltzer. This is gonna be a Dave Meltzer wet dream match.
He does love both of these guys.
Dave Meltzer.
Whoops.
Sorry,
my bad. I was trying to turn it down, but
all right. But back to the Spider-Man talk. So I couldn't agree more, man. And like this also will kind of just blend this with the next thing I was gonna say is like it's so weird to be on the other side of revisionist history.
Yes,
because like I too loved the first Amazing Spider-Man movie. Mm-hmm. Like I loved Andrew Garfield. I loved like you said, he just not only did I think that to this day do I think the Amazing Spider-Man movies have the best Spider-Man combat. He just had the body language and and like the athleticism and the agility and the quickness, like, and he was doing that stuff by himself. Yeah. Like, and not only that, but just like you said, that scene on the subway where he's like sticking to everything and he fights those guys on the subway. Amazing. And
he like ends up on the ceiling.
Yes.
And he's like, what the fuck?
I love it. And then like I even thought that and you know, I've always looked at those movies like kind of the unofficial Ultimate Spider-Man movies. You know, they're a little darker, a little edgier. But I always loved the way that they exhibited his intelligence too. Like, and we talked about this too. You know, there's some people who disagree, but I could not stand Tobey Maguire because he was like a dweeb.
He was, man.
And it's like
Peter Parker is not like that. Yes, in some of the older comic books, but he's like, girls love Peter Parker.
Right.
He's not a dweeb. He's very smart. I thought these movies did a good job of just showing his intelligence without making him a dweeb. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. He can be a dweeb. He can be a nerd. He can be awkward. But he wasn't a fucking loser. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was a hopeless, sniveling loser, bro. It was disgusting, man. I hated that shit. I
did too.
I didn't have the language to articulate it at the time because I was like, I don't know, 13 or something when it first came out, and I was just happy to see Spider-Man because we all love Spider-Man. But as I got older, it's like, I don't like that shit for some reason, bro. Because I will, with respect to some of us who had different experience, like I know Edmund and I'm going behind the curtain a little bit, behind me and his relationship. Yes, my brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically my blood brother. But we had a moment of tension in high school there's some shit that was going on in his situation that I won't talk about. It was some shit going on in my situation that I won't talk about. But we like kind of grew apart a little bit. Cause you come from like, that's my brother, it's my best friend. We hang out, we fucking, you know what I'm saying? We do, we go to sleepovers together. We fucking spend the night at each other's house, that kind of thing. And you go from that to high school, all of a sudden shit changes a little bit. I was an athlete, right? Like, I went to a different school that I had like he went to a public school, I went to a private school. Mm-hmm. I was an athlete. Like, I got ushered into the popular kids a little bit by way of being an athlete.
Yeah, same thing.
But in my mind, though, he and I are still the same in my mind. But I didn't realize, and he had to straighten me out about this, that like, from his perspective, like, yeah, he was an athlete too. He swam and he found his stride eventually. But he had a harder time than I did in high school. And I didn't recognize that it was because of some of the easy shortcuts I got from being an athlete, being a kid that the girls thought I was cute or whatever, and all this whole thing. And I had a much easier time. And I was not like as empathetic to him as I should have been. I was also fucking 16. Like, what the fuck did I know? Like, I don't think that I had the potential to know what I was supposed to be doing to try to support him. Either way. The reason why I bring this up,
Kenny gonna make you the best wrestler ever.
Right, facts.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. The reason why I bring it up is because when I think about the loser Spider-Man, as hard as like even somebody like Edmund had it or myself before that, like at no point were we like sniveling fucking desperate ass losers.
Yeah.
At no point was that ever the case.
Right.
Now I don't want to speak for Edmund because when he found his stride, he might have like had moments early in his high school space where he was uncertain. But once he found his people and he found his like stride, bro, this nigga Edmund is like he's like the coolest of us. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So like, it just goes to show that even those of us who are nerdy and geeky, like it's not synonymous with loser. And I hated the way that they fucking did that in Spider-Man, in the first Spider-Man. It sends a dangerous message, in my opinion.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't mean to make this like into like a fucking like.
Nah, I agree though.
But like, it sends no, bro.
It's like no, you can't be smart and cool. Like,
right? You have to be a fucking loser, like a fucking hopeless, desperate loser.
Yeah, and your only chance is to get bit by a radioactive spider and become a freaking superhero.
Handsome and fucking get a 6-pack all of a sudden. Like that, you are only valuable.
As a superhero
that's handsome with a 6-pack and no glasses. You can't find your stride by being an awkward kid that like makes his awkwardness like. And I'm giving Edmund his flowers now. One of the reasons why I fuck with Edmund so much is he's turned his awkwardness into charm.
Facts.
He's super charming, and it just came from him learning about his quirks and like the things that used to give him a hard time in high school. He fucking turned that shit into swag. That's so dope, man. Yeah. Like, that's the message that you should get out of these characters, and I felt like Andrew Garfield did a better job of that.
Oh, couldn't have said it better myself. And also like we said, the action and was just the best that it's been, and it still is. I love the way the suit looked. Like, I think it's one of the best suits
with, like, the dark eyes
that they've ever had. Like just I have always he is my favorite live action Spider-Man, but it's always been that way. And I remember when the movies came out and people didn't like it, and I was like, I was always confused. Like, what's wrong with these? This movie is great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel the same way. So
you know what he also did before we move off that? He also did the Spider-Man shit talking better than anybody.
He did. Like, I remember when one of the best scenes in that movie is when he catches that guy and then the cops come and they start shooting at him. And then there's a scene like he dodges the bullets and then he's like, "Yo, you serious right now? Like I just did your job for you." Like it's great.
Because anybody who reads like modern Spider-Man comics,
it's great.
Spider-Man got the wickedest. The only person with a smarter mouth than Spider-Man is Deadpool, and them niggas love each other for that reason.
And
like Spider-Man talks so much shit, bro. Like so much.
Man, absolutely. So with that said, instead of doing a top 5, we are going to rank. We're each going to rank the Spider-Man movies, every single one. So there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like what 9 Spider-Man movies, 10. There's 10, I think. There's the Spider-Verse movies, there's the 2 Andrew Garfield movies, there's the 3 Tobey Maguire movies, and then there's the 3 Tom Holland movies.
Are we doing
everything?
So we're doing Venom or no?
Ooh, nah, just Spider-Man.
Okay.
Venom.
Man, I'm so mad that I learned what he was actually saying.
He's kind of a lore killer.
Yeah. But we know he says villain, but I like it better as Venom. Venom, with just a sort of syrupy, like poisonous tongue. I love that, bro.
I love that. I think it's better.
All right, I'm gonna give it a shot. I haven't done this. I haven't got them in order yet, but
you
have yours?
Do
okay.
I have mine in order? So if need be, I can go first.
I got them. I have them here.
All right.
So this okay. So live action.
So I think doing this, you can also, this will give us a chance to kind of just reflect on each movie too. So
sure. Okay.
I have my list on Letterboxd.
So I got them here. They only have 8 here because they're not counting the Spider-Verse movies for some stupid reason.
Oh, I am. So that's fine.
But all right. So let's go ahead. Starting with number 10. The original Spider-Man 3 from 2007. That shit was weak. I don't care what nobody says. They ruined everything about that movie. Venom is one of my favorite characters ever. Like I absolutely love Venom. The only good thing about that movie was one frame that I remember pausing when I was in high school. Or college. I remember pausing the trailer because you saw the one frame that actually had the Venom suit that looked like actually Venom.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that shit's fire.
That was it.
That's the only part. That was the only cool part of the movie. Like we all know about like how stupid he looked with the dancing and all of that. I mean, it was some of the highest levels of cringe I've ever seen. One of the worst.
Some of the highest levels of cringe I've ever seen.
It's one of the worst superhero movies ever, in my opinion. It's awful. Really bad.
Facts.
Number 10. So this is where it gets weird because all the rest of these movies are good. Like that was the only one that I thought was like ass.
I can agree. I can attest to that. I think that was the only one that I thought was just like
bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I just remember being very disappointed by that movie too because I'm like, oh, Venom. And nah, not really.
Nah, shit was weak. So I'm gonna have this movie low, but it's only because like the drop off between this one and Spider-Man 3 is like a cliff.
A lot, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I didn't think that movie was great. I don't think it was quite as bad as everybody said it was. There were still some things that I really enjoyed. This is a hell of a match here we watched.
It sure is.
Blood
and guts.
I didn't love Jamie Foxx's character. That kind of took me out because again, no reason to make the smart guy like a fucking hopeless loser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
But the character Electro is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains because he's like, I just love how creative Spider-Man has to be in order to beat him because of how powerful he is. So that was fine, right? The next one, I think we're at number 8 now. I'm gonna go.
We are at 8
with Spider-Man: Far From Home. That was the weakest of the original 3, in my opinion.
Yeah, I got some interesting thoughts on that movie.
I think you're a little hotter on these than I am, but
we'll see.
I'm
a little hotter on that one, and
Be careful with that in between here.
Getting a little dangerous.
Yeah. So I thought this was the weakest of the Tom Holland movies. It was true. I know that this movie did a lot of heavy lifting to set up the rest of the MCU.
Facts.
Which was cool. I didn't love Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
It was all right. It was all right. I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't really. I only saw it once.
The bleeder.
I only saw it once. It was one of the. I think this is the only one that I only saw once because I didn't have the interest to go back and watch it again. It was fine. It was cool. It was fine. Number 7, I think we're at now. I'm gonna go with the original Spider-Man. 2002. This movie I think gets held up a lot by nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because this was it was X-Men, and I think this was the second one. I think this was the second live action superhero movie of this.
Moxley has a fork, or okay,
of this modern era.
Okay,
not counting the Batman movies.
Yes. So I think it was X-Men. Yes, it was X-Men and Spider-Man. Yeah.
And you remember this was during a time where we didn't know shit about the character licensing, so we were like, bro,
right.
Nigga, Wolverine finna show up in the next one, bro. You couldn't tell us nothing because I think I was in 8th grade, 9th grade at the time.
Hilarious.
So I didn't know shit. So we were super hyped for it. It was good. Again, I don't like Tobey Maguire. I hadn't developed my criticism of him yet, but at the time I loved it because it was Spider-Man. We all were really excited about it.
Right.
It is the middle of that group. So where are we at? I haven't gotten to Homecoming or No Way Home or Spider-Man 2. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go Spider-Man Homecoming next.
So this is what, number 6?
Yes. This is the first of the Tom Holland Spider-Mans. I like Tom Holland more than you do, I think. I think that his combination of Peter Parker and Spider-Man is pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's not quite as good as Andrew Garfield, but I think he's right there. I think both of them blow Tobey Maguire out of the water personally.
I agree. I don't know what it is that I don't like. I think it's just I have hated. I don't want to say hated. I think that they have just done the action of his Spider-Man such a disservice, and that is what I just can't get behind. Is I think he's got the worst action scenes out of the 3, if that makes any sense.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think his action scenes are very good.
I got to give him credit because Tom Holland is doing the stuff.
He is.
I got to give him credit for that.
I think, but with the way that Andrew Garfield kind of mastered the style, the movement, the body language,
yeah. He doesn't. Yeah, that's not. I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man action scenes look kind of like regular superhero.
I don't like the suit. And I think that also bothers me too. I don't love the suits that he wears in his movies. I think it's not my favorite suit. Maybe
it's not my favorite. I like it better than the original suit. Yeah. I think the Amazing Spider-Man suit is probably my favorite because it's the most classic.
Yeah.
But I do like it better than the original. I thought it was the suit didn't bother me. I thought that the thing that bothered me a little bit, if I'm being really critical, was how dependent this movie was, or rather how dependent the MCU was on this movie, and how it couldn't really be its own thing. It had to be into the story that the MCU was telling.
Yeah.
And I think that held it back a little bit.
Agreed.
So then we've got, I think this is going to be a hot take for folks.
Ooh. Oh, what is that, glass?
Or gravel and glass.
Dog, y'all, why? Why? Broken glass.
Yep.
Bro, John Moxley need to get suspended.
Yep.
Bro, that's glass. No!
Oh! John Moxley just
so that's attempted murder, right?
It must be.
Can you call the cops?
I mean, then you got to keep in mind though, one of the young bucks had an exploding rocket propelled boot and kicked
somebody in the face and blew their head off.
Be careful with Kenny.
Stop with the glass. Oh, this is all right. Go ahead, man. This is disgusting.
So here's where we get into a little bit of hot take territory, man. For this next one, I'm going to go Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
I know that's everybody's favorite Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, it's
nah, man. It was good. This one was legitimately fire.
It's legitimate and it's still good, but it's just
But let's not get it twisted, bro. This movie was not better than 4 other movies that I haven't gotten to yet.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. This was definitely the best of the Tobey Maguire movies, easily. And for a while, it was in the conversation as the best superhero movie ever. For a while. You had some depth with Spider-Man's character. You had a really, really dope villain in Doc Ock. Like, he was a really good villain.
He was great.
He had some really dope scenes. It was good, man. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was dope. I thought it was super dope. And this is not even like about this movie. It's more about the movies that come afterwards. So I'm going to stop talking about Spider-Man 2 now because it was the best of those. I'm going to move on to Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, I love this movie.
I wonder if ours are going to be in the same order from here.
Oh, I think so. So we were very critical of this movie for one particular reason. But outside of that, I did enjoy this movie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the best of the Tom Holland trio.
Yeah.
And it's just, man, like, I just hate the fact that we got spoiled, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't even a spoiler. It was just the way that the movie was covered.
Yeah. I agree, man.
Had it not been for that, this movie would have been
because it
one
was
of my
more
favorites.
it was more of a giving them props for doing the thing than it was being surprised by the thing.
It was like, I'm glad you guys didn't blow it.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Good job. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, had that reveal been like totally surprising, I'd have been like, yo, this shit is crazy.
Exactly,
right?
Man.
And they also, I wish that they hadn't been so hamstrung. Like, had this come in full step with like Secret Wars, like what we're having now, like I feel like this movie needed to come out like 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Then I would have been like, bro, our dreams from 20 years ago are finally coming true, right?
Right.
So we're not quite there yet, and I think this movie I think we were harder on this movie than well, I think it deserves the criticism, but like, it's not the movie's fault, right? And
circumstances.
And like, and I think people look at us like we're being hard on it because we don't give it the 10 out of 10. I mean, people were talking about this movie was the best fucking Marvel movie ever.
I remember.
I was like, come on now.
Yeah,
I don't know about that now. Right. Let's not go too far. It was definitely the best of the Spider-Man movies to date, and the best of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And better than all of the original Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Except for one. And that's my number 3. 2012's Amazing Spider-Man.
Let's go.
The revisionist history on this fucking movie are crazy. It's crazy. And ironically, it came from Spider-Man No Way Home because we saw Andrew Garfield. Here's what I said this on Facebook or in the Discord. I said, we saw Andrew Garfield, and like Andrew Garfield, the human being, the actor, is like a really sweet guy. He's really like kind of in it. He's got like that sort of adorable innocence to him a little bit.
Yeah.
So when we saw him, we were like, oh man, I remember. I used to like that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like, you realize like, oh, maybe I like that movie more than I thought I did.
Right.
And it's like, man, we're getting older now and I'm nostalgic. And like, oh, let me go back and, oh, wait, I like this movie. Like, nah, not so fast, bro.
You didn't like it at
Y'all
first.
hold him, bro.
Facts.
And they were making jokes about it. Like,
and it's like, bro, it's the same as the Star Wars thing, man. People really just like the first thing that they get, like that's their baby, man. Which understandable, but you got to be honest, man.
Man, and like it was to the point where there were literal jokes in No Way Home about how nobody liked him.
Yeah.
And did you remember they were like trying to cheer him up? Like, nah, man, I think you're amazing. Like that was like a total. That was like
it was a total shot at the fans.
Them making a joke about how we all loved the other 2 Spider-Mans, but we like, nah, man, like, no, he was dope. Yeah. And then like, and I know we're not talking about this movie yet, but like I will say the payoff of him saving MJ,
fire.
Bruh, that was the best part of the movie.
That
in my
was
opinion.
the best part of the movie to me too.
I thought that was so
great.
dope, and just like you just made people realize like, oh, Andrew Garfield is by leaps and bounds the best actor of the three.
He is, and his Uncle Ben Deaf in his movie, in my opinion, was the saddest one.
Ass off, bro.
He is
Assless.
a great actor.
Tom Holland is very good too, but I think Andrew Garfield is the best actor here.
Man.
So yeah, man, Amazing Spider-Man. We've talked about it a lot. It's the best action, the best Spider-Man tech. It's the best Spider-Man like movements, the best shit talking.
Yes, man. It is. Even the web slinging scenes in the movie.
Yeah, bro.
Fire.
He had the actual. It was the first Spider-Man to introduce the
web shooters,
synthetic webs, and not the fucking weird decision to make him just come out of his fucking wrist magically.
Yeah, man. Dumb. The web shooters, man, they smoked. Remember the smoke from the web?
Yeah. Bro, that shit was fire, man. It was so dope.
Oh, my gosh, the movie's so good.
So, yeah, revisionist history on this movie. I'm not going to let y'all get away with it. Y'all hated on it. me and Noveliss were two of very few people who actually fuck with these movies when they first came out.
Yes.
And I'm going to make it quick for the next two. You already know what the fuck it is, bro. Come on, dog. Let's go. Miles fucking Morales gang. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man. It don't even matter which one is in which order, bro.
That's very true.
It don't matter. They were both amazing. 1 and 2. The fucking Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse saga is number 1, 2, and 3. Whenever the fucking next one comes out, that one's gonna be good too. It doesn't matter. Like, and to me, and even though we're giving Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield and even Tobey Maguire their flowers a little bit, because they were all. I don't love Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, but I'm not gonna pretend like he wasn't a part of my childhood. Flowers were their due.
Right.
But like, at the same time though, the Spider-Verse kind of leaves all y'all niggas in the dust. It's like not even in the same realm, in my opinion. Like, these are the best serious conversation for me as the best comic book movies ever.
So good, man.
So that's my list.
Boom. All right, man, let's go. So for me, obviously, at number 10, Spider-Man 3. I mean, you touched on it. Just super disappointing. Not good. This movie's trash.
It's a bad movie.
Not a good movie, man. So it's easily at number 10. I remember being really excited for this because I was a Venom fan, and they just kind of pooped the bed with that whole thing. My number 9, though, is going to be Spider-Man Far From Home.
Far From Home.
That is the Mysterio
middle.
one.
Okay, yeah. That's fair.
The reason I have this one at number 9 is because this was when I realized that I didn't love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I don't know, man. Like, this was a movie that I saw, and I just instantly knew I'd never watch it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, saw it first day it came out.
I didn't watch it again.
Yeah,
so.
And it was just like a one-time watch for me, and I knew that I would never watch it again. It was just really underwhelming, man. I just didn't love it. And then, like I said, this is kind of the one that made me realize that Tom Holland was not necessarily my. Oh my God!
That was a hell of a
crazy clothesline by Takeshi on Kenny Omega right there.
I'm gonna turn it up when you know who comes out.
Oh yeah, we got to. So I didn't love this one.
What the fuck is that?
That's my number 9. Oh, okay. Somebody will literally die. What? They'll die.
So I actually have an interesting story about this.
They will literally die. That's like one of those. That's like an old Egyptian torture thing.
It's a bed of nails. So here's the thing. They actually won't. There's a trick to this. This is so random. My karate instructor.
Oh, so you've been thrown through a bed of nails before?
Not me.
Got it.
Not me. My karate instructor, though. Swear to God. My karate instructor, his test for his 4th dan, his black belt with 3 stripes, was to lay on a bed of nails while somebody fucking breaks a sledgehammer, like a cinder block over his chest with a sledgehammer. It's not fun, but the way he described it was oh no, that hurt way worse right there. So when you are laying flat on something like this, since there's so many different pins, it creates surface area. So the tension is spread out all over your body. So you don't really, I mean, it doesn't feel good, but it doesn't like, you could do it. Like in your current state, and probably even in my current state, we both could do it. Again, you wouldn't want to take a nap on that motherfucker, but it wouldn't. He's bleeding. The trick though is
Moxie was bleeding when he woke up.
The less nails, the worse it hurts. So the more nails, it actually makes it easier.
That makes sense.
Okay, here we go.
Oh man, Kota Ibushi.
Let's go.
AEW debut. Let's go.
Who puts the golden in the golden elite? The golden star, Kota.
No way, dog.
That's crazy, bro.
This is crazy.
Did you ever think you would see this, man?
No, not in America. Let's go! Woo! That man is here.
Bro,
let's get it.
He about to lay this nigga out. The weak ass on somewhere, bitch. He done put on a lot of muscle, man.
It's a big guy. He was looking like a machine in New Japan a couple years ago.
He's so big now. God damn.
Guy.
It's going to be an advantage for the golden elite.
He just shrugged off Wheeler Yuta. He's dead now. He just killed him.
Face.
He looks like Bolo now, dog. I love it, bro.
He does look like Bolo.
Just the attitude. Look at this nigga, the attitude,
oh
bro.
my God, he just punched him in the face.
Socking cats. Hey.
He literally just punched him in the face. Bro. Oh, he about to go protect his boy. Oh, man. Who's Ibushi's first singles match going to be against?
John Moxley, I bet.
Dog, what happened to him? Oh, my gosh.
Those kicks, man.
Bro, he's literally punching this man in the face.
He's guarding. Like, no, he's hitting me too much. I have to stop him from doing something.
Oh, my gosh. This is incredible.
Love it.
But all right, man, let's finish this. So 9, Far From Home, that's the one that kind of showed me I didn't really like Tom Holland.
Yep.
Number 8, I'm going with the original Spider-Man from 2002. Like you said, man, this movie is purely carried by nostalgia. And you know, for the time, it was fun. I don't think it has aged very well. And again, not the biggest Toby fan.
Yep, agreed.
Coming in number 7, I think I like this movie a little more than most people. I'm going to go with Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect, but I do think it had some good stuff, had some good action in it. It had, like you said, I didn't really love Jamie Foxx in it, but I still thought it was fun. And like I said, I think I like these movies in general more than a lot of other people. So that's my number 7. My number 6, I think we're pretty much even from here. My number 6 is Spider-Man: Homecoming. I thought this movie was dope. It was a great start to having Tom Holland in the MCU. And I loved the Vulture character in this as well. I thought the villain was great, and I loved that. And also, I was a fan of the suit before he got the real Spider-Man suit, like the little hoodie.
The hoodie,
I thought that was dope too. And I think Tom Holland is great in Homecoming.
What is the name of their duo move again?
The Golden Trigger.
Ah, yeah.
My number 5 is gonna be Spider-Man 2. Like you said, I know everybody thinks this is the greatest one. This is everybody's favorite. Not for me. I do think it's good. I think it was good. I still think it's good. I just think that, like you said, this is more about the movies that come after it than it is about this movie on its own. I think it's good, but I just think we've gotten better since then.
Agreed.
My number 4, like you, is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home. Again,
yep.
It was hard for us to really love this movie as much as we could have.
Unfortunately.
Had it not been, I don't even know if I would say spoiled. I think it's just a thing where, like,
it was just highly speculated.
Nothing is a surprise anymore.
Yeah.
Like, even if you look at like how we know Wolverine's going to be in Deadpool 3, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it was like part of the gimmick. It was like part of how they marketed it.
And that's how this is too. Like, and it's like, I wish they wouldn't have done that because, like you said, instead of us, no way, are you serious? Like, and just
that would have been so fucking
and just
dope,
like really
man.
loving it. It's a thing where you're like, oh, good job, you didn't blow it.
Yeah, you didn't shit the bed.
And then the Tom Holland, the Spider-Man Green Goblin fight in this movie is,
bruh, he hit the nastiest power bomb on that nigga.
It's the best Spider-Man MCU action scene
fight.
for sure.
Yeah.
But my number 3, man, Andrew Garfield, Amazing Spider-Man 2012. This movie slaps. I don't understand. I mean, the revisionist history is so weak.
Insane.
Because this movie has always been good. I think he's always been the best live-action Spider-Man. Like you said, the body language, man.
I'm finna go watch that shit right now.
The quips, the action. I literally just watched it recently. Gave it 5 stars in Letterboxd. Like, it holds up. It's fire. Doug, the scene where Gwen's dad takes his mask off and then he beats up all the cops and gets away. So good, man. Like, this movie is really good. And then, man, like you said, I mean, if I had to order them right now, I think I would maybe go. Across the Spider-Verse was really good.
It was so good.
I think I might just go Across the Spider-Verse at 2, just because it's not done. That's the only reason I put it at 2. But everything that Into the Spider-Verse did, this movie did better.
Agreed, man.
Actually, I got it. I'm gonna put it at number 1. I'm gonna put Into the Spider-Verse at 2, and I'm gonna put Across the Spider-Verse at 1. Both amazing movies, both 2 of the greatest comic book movies of all time. Yep. I think the only reason I would put Across the Spider-Verse, 2 reasons. 1, Miles is already Spider-Man.
Yep, and he's good.
He's good. And there is no dispute that he is the best Spider-Man there is. And I'm always a mask on guy, but I loved how much he didn't have his mask on, because they're like, no, he is black. This is the black Spider-Man.
Yep, he got his little.
Don't get it twisted,
bruh.
Loved it.
I love the fact that he straight up, like, defeated an entire universe worth of Spider-Man,
and that's what that was. Like, he's the guy.
I mean, sure, he didn't beat them all in single combat, but they were trying to get that nigga and they failed. Like, he won the contest of. He did. You know what I'm saying? Like
Spider-Manning.
Yeah, right. He out Spider-Maned an entire universe full of Spider-Man.
Full of Spider-Man. So
yep.
That, and then just the music, man, and the I cannot. I've seen that movie 3 times already.
I've only seen it once, bro. I got to get back to it.
You got to see it again.
Is it still in theaters? Or?
It is. Okay. I just saw it like last week. That movie's incredible.
I got to get back to it.
And then, like, that's going to be my number 1. And then number 2, I just kind of set them backwards, but whatever. Into the Spider-Verse is still incredible. Still one of the greatest comic movies of all time. That scene, man, where he finally puts the mask on, the What's Up Danger scene, where he jumps off the building, incredible. One of the best scenes. Then the fight at the end with Kingpin is fire, too. Just 2 incredible movies. So that's how I would rank them. I love these movies. Shout out to Andrew Garfield, man. And thank y'all for listening to the pod. We about to finish watching Blood and Guts, AEW. And make sure you guys are listening. If you are a fan and you're not in the Discord, hit me up so I can get you in the Discord so you can submit a top 10 favorite comic book movies list, and we can do the definitive list on the next episode.
And we're also doing our video game tournament right now.
Yes.
I'll go through all the other stuff later. All the next podcasts. Well, it might be over by then, but whatever. We'll go through the whole tournament.
We'll recap it.
I'll just say that right now, Raiden having a monster
slapping
run.
Everybody.
Having a monster run.
You know I love that. Raiden's
He's going to have a test, though, because he's going to have to go against his OG next. Maybe. We'll see. Because there's an Aloy Snake matchup coming up next.
That's tough.
But I don't think the group chat didn't show enough love to Aloy, because she barely beat some clown. I forget who it was. Like,
I don't remember.
I think it was like John Marston or somebody like that. And I was like, are y'all fucking kidding me, bro? Like, do y'all know how cold Aloy is? So I don't know that I trust the group to have. I don't think
put Aloy over.
I don't think Snake is an OG, and I would have to think about that, right? Because Snake is one of my favorites as well. I don't think she makes it past Snake, and if she doesn't, then it'll be Snake Raiden in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
that's gonna
crazy.
That's gonna be a slap fest, bro.
Oh wow, that's fire.
All right,
let's go. Thank y'all for listening. Episode 159. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.